After you have created a single control point file in PTGUI, then you can use the Excel macro to generate control point files for each subsequent group of images. So this is the control point file that I created in PTGUI. If I just open it up in a text editor, all the Excel macro does, it makes a copy of this control point file for each subsequent group of images, and it replaces the file reference to the correct file number. So what you do in the macro is you want to select the folder that contains each of the camera images, and you need to select the folders in the same sequence as they appear in the control point file that you're using as the template. So in this control point file template, the camera folders go camera 7, camera 2, camera 6, camera 4, camera 5, and then top cam. So I want to select those in the same order. So if I select first folder to be camera 7, camera 2, camera 6, when you select a folder, it automatically take the first file number in the folder and use that as the starting file number. If you want to start at a different file number, just change this number. And then I like to create a new folder for it to put all the control point files it will generate. So you need to select an output folder, so for it to put all the control point files. And then you need to select the control point file you're using as a template, which is this file right here. And then enter the number of control point files you want to create. So if you have a set of 500 images, you would enter 500. You can just enter 5, and then click on Create Files. If I navigate to the output folder, you can see that it's created 5 control point files based upon the original file. And then to create panoramas from these control point files, all I need to do is just go back to PTGUI, open up the Batch Stitcher, which is under Tools, Batch Stitcher, click on the Add Project button, navigate to the output folder, select all those control point files, hit open, and then once it loads those control point files, it automatically start to create panoramas from those files. In this case, it's going pretty quickly because I selected a 4 megabyte panorama rather than the full size 60 megabyte panorama. And you can see in that same folder that contain the control point files, it's putting all of the panoramas. For some reason, it's generating the panoramas upside down. You can manually rotate them, but if we're dealing with a lot of files, then we may need to write some sort of program to automatically rotate them. One potential cause for an error in this macro is if you have gaps in the file numbers where it stops at a file number but then it jumps forward and it skips. It will probably give you an error when you select the Create Files button and it hits the gap. So you'll need to, if there is a gap, then you'll need to recreate, restart it. Enter the file number that starts after the gap, and it'll create control point files after that.